All right, so thank you for joining me in another 10-minute mastery class, generating seller leads, and hopefully I can motivate you to get to work. All right, so this is what we're going to talk about: lead generation. Where do you find seller leads? How will you market to those sellers? And what if you actually put in the work? What if? So as a real estate agent or an entrepreneur, we always have to be putting in the work. So, but by now, you should have an area you will mail to every single month. Lead generation is the foundation of our business, and listing leads are an agent's inventory. So it's our inventory. Agents that list own the income because we own the inventory, whether it's Nordstrom's, TJ Maxx, Best Buy, anywhere you sell a product, even selling courses, even going to a course, whoever owns the product is the person that makes the money. So even though we might send someone, we might bring in the buyer, the agent that lists the property, they're the ones that are creating the job for the rest of us. So lead generation is the foundation of our business, and listing leads are an agent's inventory. So you got to start. You have to start. And so by now, you should have an area you're going to farm to. Number two, pick at least one creative and stick to it every single month. Now, when we say creative is the marketing. Creative is, your Instagram post, your flyer, your newsletter, direct mail, email, etc. So creative marketing could be social media, it could be video, it could be newspapers, it could be blogs. It's something, and you need to remain consistent. And I always like to say, pick one thing, one creative, and be consistent. When I started selling real estate back in 2001, for me, it was I walked my neighborhood. The other thing I did was when I started working with the people I knew, I started mailing to them monthly. And I really didn't learn about like the Brian Buffinis and the Joe Stumps of the world until like 2003. But I was just mailing a newsletter, and I knew how to use Publisher. So those are the two things I did. I walked my neighborhood and I mailed to the people I already knew. So now, why monthly? It helps to remain consistent. Using multiple marketing outlets will help you grow your online presence, but you need to do something consistently. Now, you don't have to just mail one thing monthly. You could walk your neighborhood, you could mail to your sphere of influence, you could post on social media, you could have multiple outlets, but if you were consistent every single month, you will eventually start to generate new business. Now, a lot of times agents will say, well, Carrie, should I do it more than monthly? You can, but it really depends on your pocketbook. When you look at marketing strategists, they will tell you to mail the first time you start mailing to a neighborhood, mail every week, and then the next month every 2 weeks, and then go monthly. Some marketing strategists say don't mail every month, mail every 21 days. Eventually, you'll figure out what works for you, but I need you to just do something. Number 4, always lead generate. Lead generation is the foundation of your success. Once you start generating leads, listing homes, working with buyers, and getting into the business of real estate, agents stop because you get busy working on the business. Even as a managing broker or owner, I get stuck being the admin, physical office, you're the janitor, you're answering the phones, you're talking to agents one-on-one, you're the trainer, you're paying agents, you get into the weeds of things, but you must always be generating new business. When you're a broker owner, we need to recruit, so we have more agents. Now, it depends on the model, because you might just have a team. So you must find a way to keep marketing to your clients. So you have to create a routine. And that routine might be that the first Tuesday of every month, you get your mailing out, or you create it by the first Thursday, you get the marketing out. So you need to create a routine, and you can change the routine. And for those of you that are like, well, I missed it last month, start with today. Give yourself grace and just start again. If it's just like working out. New Year's resolution, you missed all of January, your New Year's resolution started in February. Just pick up where you left off. You don't have to beat yourself up, and you don't have to catch up. You just need to start again. Number 5, mail to your sphere monthly. Working your farm area keeps you relevant. When you mail to your sphere, it keeps you paid. No sphere? Mail to your past clients, coworkers, family, friends, even if they live in another state. Because if I live in Illinois and I came from California, my Californians, my California friends, everyone I used to work with, they can still call me and say, hey, Carrie, someone wants to live in Long Beach. Okay, give me a second. And then you can find an agent in Long Beach or in Victorville or in Palm Desert or in San Francisco, and you can refer them business. So just because someone isn't in your neck of the woods doesn't mean they're not in your sphere. Now, again, if you hated everybody growing up, that's another conversation. It's time to be nice. So leverage your sphere of influence. Number 6, do you need a lead? Consistently ask for the business. Now, I don't mean go to an event and like, hey, I'm Carrie, I'm a realtor. But you need to be consistent. So post every day on social media. So I don't mean post every day on social media, but I do mean if you post on social media, you have to be, talk about, who are you? Tell me a story. It doesn't have to be about real estate. You need to stay in front of the client or the potential client, but it doesn't mean you have to be the cold call person. Like people end up in my DMs and they're like, hey, do you want this? Do you want this? Do you want this? I'm like, no, I don't know you. So just because I'm saying consistently ask for the business, consistently might mean that you are a cold caller. Monday through Friday from 9 to 11, you cold call. But also might mean that that every Monday you're going to have Fun Monday and you're going to post something fun on Monday, but on Wednesday, because everybody's looking for your Fun Monday topic, they're going to see a post from you about real estate. So the key is to get strategic and figure out how you can also ask for the business. And by the way, whenever I would go to Thanksgiving with my family, someone else always asks me about real estate. Hey, Carrie, I saw this house. Oh, you did? Tell me about it. Like I let them spill their guts, but eventually I'm going to ask for the business. And I have listed houses from Thanksgiving. Number 7, leverage a landing page. Use your Google form. I've made one for you. You can copy it. You can use it. And then check the spreadsheet for leads. Leverage Google Forms. Here's a form that I created for all of you so you can copy it and reuse it. It's in the membership. It's in Workplace. It's there. Number 8, what if you actually did the work? When you put in the work over time, eventually, you will always have a pipeline of business. Top producing agents work harder than most agents. They are intentional on lead generation. So what if you put in the work? You get up, you get dressed, you go to work Monday through Saturday, Tuesday through Sunday, whatever day you're going to work, and you actually work as if you're the person that's giving yourself the paycheck, right? There is no inbox in real estate. If you didn't do this yet, you need to figure out your income goal. Like, go back. It's okay to go back to this. What's your income goals? What areas will you target? How many houses do I need to sell? Where did my business come from in 2021? Oh, you're new. We'll get there. And eventually we'll talk about 2022. What CRM are you using? We use LionDesk. How many followers do I have on Facebook? How many followers do I have on Instagram? You need to figure this out because then you'll figure out where you are going to generate leads. So there you go. So now I want you to tell me, what tools can you use to generate leads? So what tools can you use to generate leads? I want you to figure that out. You've got RPR, you've got Realist, you've got Remind, you can pay for the cold directory, you can walk your neighborhood, you can share content on social media about listing a home, tips on selling a house, you can pay for ads. Add a call to action everywhere. You can also work with your local association and brokerages, right? You have these options. So figure out what tools you can use to generate potential leads. I love Remind because it has predictive analytics. And every Realtor member gets RPR. So what have you done to generate new business? What have you done? I want you to tell me. So I want you to go to the Facebook group. And when you see this post, I want you to tell us what you've done today. And if today's not the day that I recorded this, post in whatever day. Tell me, what did you do to generate a lead? Thanks for watching.